Guys, welcome back to the best swing trading channel on YouTube. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today. In today's video, we are going to be talking about some of the stocks that we recently swing traded, pretty much my strategy and pretty much my mindset. So guys, I hope you guys all enjoy it. If you guys want to, learn more about swing trading, we do have a brand new course where we talk about strategies on how I find stocks and opportunity. So make sure you guys check that out. Link in the chat room. Let's make sure we are good to rock and roll and there's no audio issues. But guys, I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day today, and we should be good to rock and roll. So, all right, what is going on in the market here as of today? Let me make sure we are good to go. But all right, so looking at this, I wanted to bring this up here because I do think it's important here. This right here is on FinVez here. This pretty much shows you guys the overall sectors that are performing well and performing bad. So when swing trading, maybe you're more, maybe you have a better option on swing trading, stocks that are in customer defense or basic materials or energy or something along those lines. So looking at it here, you guys will notice that some of the worst that we've seen this past weeks is communication, technology, and real estate, which doesn't come in at a huge surprise just because this past week we had a crazy earnings report from a bunch of tech companies, like Google. All right. When evaluating stocks to swing trade, what do I look for? What do I look for swing trades? So for me, I love stocks on some sort of upward trend. Trends, in my opinion, are very, very, very important. Looking at one of my more recent swing trades, STLA, you guys will notice we have this beautiful upward trend. And we've seen tendencies of it using this blue line, also known as the 90-day moving average line, as support. So it hits it once, twice, and then recently 3 times. So we hopped in near and around 21.05. And recently we are still in at about 21.76, but looking to hop out. We've had an amazing move. This was like a 7% move, which is incredible. Yeah, this is just a basic strategy using moving average lines, and one of the reasons we hopped in on this as well is because looking at like the RSI, which is that relative strength index, you guys will notice it was trading for near and around a 25, and some of the more recent times where it was trading that low was back down in here. You guys will see where we had that great move as we continue to go in. Another spot right here where we had that great move. So this was another indication why we could see a lot more buying pressure near and around here. And hopefully we can squeeze up to 23.66. Right now we're using a trailing stop loss. So if it sells pretty much below 22.25, we'll take our profits. But STLA was definitely one of our more recent swing trades here. But looking at another one here is BBIO. BBIO, we're looking to possibly hop in on this one. And the reason why is we see old resistance here. You guys will see it hits it twice. And then recently, it's coming in contact with it again. I'll check it out. But let me show you BBIO. BBIO has old resistance, near and around 34. Let me kind of move this right there like that. There we go. All right, has old resistance near and around 34.02, 34.05, right in this range here. We could set our stop loss below 32, risk $2 to see if we can get a push back up to like $40 would be ideal. Anywhere from $38 to $40 would be perfect. So you're risking $2 to make $4, which would be a fantastic risk and reward. But BBIO definitely on watch here. You guys wanted me to look at MARA. Marathon Digital. Marathon Digital here. Please check. Will it go to last higher high? So all the way up here to 31. So the thing is looking at it here, we have that old resistance, right? You guys will see it hits it once, sell off, establishing some resistance, came in contact with this 90-day moving average line, squeezed up from 15 to about $19, sold off a little bit, and then it has probably just started consolidating here. So the thing is right now it's kind of in this middle ground, especially looking at like the RSI. So it's trading for a 50 right now, which a 50 doesn't represent overvalued or undervalued. So what we would need, in my opinion, to get this thing to pump higher is honestly what ideally it's too hard to judge if it will squeeze back up to 31. And the reason why I say that is because the RSI is in the middle, so it's not overvalued, it's not undervalued, it's just kind of in this middle ground where there's no real good opportunity to hop in. If you hop in now at 1843, we could get sell off back down to 15. Compared to if you hop in now, yes, we could get a squeeze back up, but it's just more volatile. It's a little more risky. Anytime you trade stocks that squeeze up like this much this quick, you guys will see that, looking back at the last time it squeezed up and just got annihilated, went from 83 to $19. So for me, honestly, I wouldn't hop in on this trade. I would look for the stock to either sell off a little bit back down to like $16 or $15 or near and around 13 to 15. Yeah, that's what I would do. It's just a that's what I would do. I mean, it's a riskier company, like you said, Casper. It's a Bitcoin. It's a Bitcoin stock. They're heavily invested into Bitcoin, and so it has a lot to do with that. But it's just kind of this middle ground right now, where I think for like a long-term play, Marathon Digital does carry some potential. But yeah, for a swing trade, I would sit on the sidelines for it. That doesn't mean you can't make money from it. It just doesn't follow my strategy. Another one here that we are looking at is MTSI. MTSI, we have this great support on that 90-day moving average line. You guys will see it hits it once in the past right here. Hits it one. All right, we'll pull it up. SMCI. So super microcomputers. So yeah, I mean, like something like this does look very, very intriguing. And the reason why I say that, I mean, is because obviously look at this move. Went from about $318 to $560. Right now, yes, we could see a lot of continuation, but I mean, you always hear this expression, buy low, sell high. At least for long-term investing, a company like this does carry potential. But for trading, you have to buy at affordable prices, at least for my strategy. You guys will see, looking here, old resistance, right? Me personally, I would have rather traded this stock on this 90-day moving average line. You guys will see, hits at buying pressure, hits at buying pressure, hits at buying pressure. And then we have that very hard resistance at about 309, heavy support at 260. You could have done so many swing trades, and yes, it broke out, hit that old resistance as support, and pretty much rallied up. But right now, for me to hop in on this thing, I wouldn't. It's just overvalued. It's trading for a 96 on the RSI, which is very, very high. And if we zoom out, let's look at some of the more recent levels that it was trading there. So you guys let's go see. So some of the levels here was near and around this price where we did get some temporary sell-off, a little bit here. It just yes. So do I like the Avengers? Obviously. Yes, you guys, I'm sure you guys can see behind me I have Funko Pops, I got a Star Wars lightsaber. But yeah, and yeah, honestly, like, it does explain why I trade Disney so much. But honestly, for my strategy, I really try not to be biased. I mean, I love Disney long term. I love Tesla long term. But for trading, I look at trading like my job, and I don't want to let the things I like play a factor on if I should buy a stock or a position. So, but let's show you guys some other ones here. MTSI we were looking at for possible trade on that 90-day moving average line. Anywhere from 83 to 76. Right in this range, we'll probably get some sort of move there. But anyways, we just have a really hard support, I believe, on that 90-day moving average line. And if it does get, you know, a breakdown like we've seen in the past, the 200 is very strong too. So we could set our stops very, very tight with this. If it does break down, then we can hop in at 77. That would be another ideal trade there. Another one here was WFRD. We were looking at this one here. It did move up and start using that 90-day moving average line as some resistance, which isn't the greatest. Just because in the past I believe we have seen this use it as resistance in the past. So you guys can see like right in here, use it as a little resistance, a little bit in here where it used it as resistance. So when the stock's below it, you know, like in here, we do see these tendencies of it using it as resistance. So that's kind of one of the reasons why we're just having a hard time breaking above that point. But as of right now, I just kind of in this middle ground, trading for $87. For me to hop in, I would love to get it at 83 on that 200-day moving average line. Would be a lot better in my opinion here. Another one we were looking at, you guys know, was DVAX. This is why having a good stop loss system is so incredibly important, is because DVAX here has heavy support here at about 1326. 1326, you know, you guys will see it hits it just a million times, establishing very, very hard support. We had that 200-day moving average lines. We had a bunch of indicators going in our favor. And so we hopped in at about 13, at least for me, I hopped in near around 1330, and I took my stop loss at about 1313, right in this range, hopped out, continued to sell off, no big deal. I mean, it's just one of these trades where you can't be perfect, and that's why having good risk management is so important, is because with situations like this, you just cut your stops and you move on. I watch your stream from Bangladesh. Wow, that is incredible, and I appreciate you hanging out with me. What time is it there? I feel like it's either super late or super early. But yeah, another one that we actually took a trade on was AIIO. For those of you that watched my last video, we had that beautiful trend line on that support, hopped in at about 14.88, selling near almost $18, which was a great trade here. But basic support, basic resistance. The only thing that I did not like about this is we had this trend going down. We had a downward trend. Anytime I trade stocks that are going down, adjust that stop loss, make it a little tighter, and take your profits a little earlier. Another one, it's 12:08. 12:08 here. I missed your live stream last 2 weeks. Wow, that is crazy. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I really do. That's incredible. But another trade we took was IBRX. Heavy support here at about $3.17. Resistance all the way up here at about 367. You guys will see as we zoom out, old resistance, heavy support, boom, took a trade on that 200 moving average line, selling all the way up here. Anytime, you know, I see trades, I always do a trailing stop loss. More recently, because of in my opinion, it's a lot easier to hop in on and always make sure you're going to be profitable. Pretty much a trailing stop loss, what you do as the stock starts squeezing up, you just keep moving that stop loss up and up and up as the stock goes up and up and up. So maybe you keep it 1% from, you know, the current price. So if it drops 1%, you sell out, you have profits. This prevents you from missing out on runs. And we'll show you an example here. Let's look at STLA. This one here was my largest swing trade this past week. It was beautiful. Heavy support on that 90-day moving average line. We hopped in near around 2107. Now, if we would have taken profits that just say at 22, so no matter what, we took profits here, right? What would have happened? It would have hit it and we would have sold out. But if we would have done like a trailing stop loss, so as the stock starts squeezing up, imagine this line as your stop loss. So as the stock continues to go up, you move your stop loss up. Okay, so now with the current price it's at, if it dips below about 22.35 or 22.25, right in this range, we sell out, this gives us extra profit, because if that's just say tomorrow it squeezes up to 23, now we move our stop loss all the way up here. Trailing stops, in my opinion, are a lot better than hard stops, but hard stops are very important for entering a trade. But yeah, another trade was EC. You guys will see right on this trend line, we have a ton of support, right? It hits it once, we got buying pressure, more buying pressure, then recently hits it here. What happened to my $100 challenge account? So what we did is we grew it to, I believe it was like $700 and something. What we wanted to do with the course members, I asked them, they wanted me to do a $500 account challenge with Mumu, so that's what I started doing. I actually just posted a video on it yesterday, so make sure you guys go check it out after. How much money do I buy in for each trade? So it's a little different with each trade. I will say on average, it's probably anywhere from 5,000 to maybe 10, right in that range, in my opinion. Obviously, there will be times where I'll put 15 to 20 or 25 to 30. It all depends on the stock and what's going on. Obviously, like companies that I'm very confident in, that really are in tune with my strategy, I'm very confident putting 25 or 30 into, just because I know that that could make me a couple $1,000s. But a stock that maybe is on the edge, maybe lightly traded, then I won't go very heavy into, just because it'll be harder to get in, harder to get out, which could make me lose some money. But yeah, I'll say anywhere from 10 to 15 on average, normally higher with stocks that are very in tune with my strategy. Another trade we were looking at here was, or that we hopped in on, was ticker symbol YPF. You guys know we were trading this one here. The reason why is because it has heavy support on the 90-day moving average line. So we hopped in right here at about $15. I believe we didn't get the greatest fill on this. We set our stop loss near around 14, so we risked about $1 on this trade to see this thing squeeze up. We obviously did a trailing stop loss for this, and the reason why is because we have that old resistance here. What we have a tendency to see with basic technical analysis is old resistance old support, You guys will see we got buying pressure. I don't know what I was talking about. Old support act as new resistance. So we wanted to hop in here near around 15, which we did, and then do a trailing stop. A trailing stop would prevent getting sell-off here. If it started to get some sell-off, we would have just taken our profits, but it didn't. It started to squeeze up, and it started hitting this old resistance here, hopped out with an absolute great profit. Now this one here, we could see a little more tendencies of another squeeze up in the next couple of days, just like we've seen this tendency in the past where it consolidated here for a couple of days and then it popped up. But for me, opportunity cost, meaning if I'm leaving money here, I'm missing out on opportunity elsewhere in the market. So I wouldn't have kept it in a trade with this. But guys, yeah, so these are all the positions and stocks we were looking at. Yeah, and it's just a fantastic, strategy that I use using these moving average lines, the RSI lines. And if you guys have any questions, by all means, ask. And don't forget to check out our course. You guys can use code YouTube, 20% off. We talk about how to find these in the scanners. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. But guys, other than that, we'll end it here. If you guys don't have any last questions for me. And if you guys are new, like and subscribe. It means the world to me that you guys are hanging out with me. Like right now, subscribe right now. Yeah, we hit 27,000 subscribers, which is crazy because I feel like yesterday I was at 50 subscribers making videos in, my parents' house. But it's crazy how fast time goes. But yeah. Yeah, so guys, that is it. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. But hit that like button, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.